Grand Rising, people. Happy Monday. I hope that everyone is having a good Monday, a good start to their week. Remember, this is new energy for us to work with, for us to manifest with, for us to heal with. So take advantage. Start your week in high spirits. I wanted to start this video with a little bit of a cleanse for you, just to calm and clear you. Okay, today is March 23rd. Exciting, we're almost at the end of March. I do have a few pre-messages for you. First of all, just with everything going on, I just send love to everybody out there because I know that this global situation is affecting us all differently. So if you're anxious right now, I send you calm and comfort. If you're going stir crazy, I send you some creative juices so that you can, find something within your homes to do, because we are self-isolating so that we can keep our most vulnerable members of our community safe, our elderly and those with compromised immune systems, and just all of us, because nobody wants to be infected, right? So we all have to do our part to serve our community. So whatever you're going through, I definitely send you love. If you do need extra spiritual guidance, if you're feeling very unsure in this time, get a reading from me. This will help you to move forward. This will give you some steps in your next direction. If you're afraid of the unknown, or if you would like a little more clarity about the next steps coming up, my information on how to book is in the description box. Also, if these messages have been helping you, please subscribe to this channel. Please like, share, and comment. I respond to my comments, and I appreciate you sending this message to someone who you think may need to hear it. And I appreciate those people who take the time to watch my videos and my messages every week. So I really do. I am really very much grateful to you guys. But we're starting off and we're in this situation, and this is really what I'm being told to convey to you. This is really like God's way of saying, oh, okay, well, I needed to have a conversation with you, and you said that you were too busy because you had a work schedule. Well, now I've taken away work. Do you remember when we had talked about repeatedly how, like, if you don't make changes in your life, that the universe, and please know that I use the term like universe, God, spirit, and source interchangeably. When I say all of those, I'm saying it means the exact same thing. But do you remember when we said, like, if you don't make the changes on your own, God's gonna, in that Tower card, God's gonna intervene and make changes, and it's gonna be harder for you than if you had been the one to initiate your changes? Well, here we are, right? So you were like, oh my God, I know I need to sit down, I need to find purpose, I need to, align myself with my highest self, but I'm so busy at work, I just don't know when I would have time to do that. And God said, well, guess what? Work is canceled. Now let's have that conversation. And there were some of you who were like, I have this very, posh social life to maintain. I have friends, I have parties, I have events. And God said, well, guess what? Everything is shut down. So you really don't have, I had a hectic schedule. I had to run around this place and run around that place. Everything is shut down. So there's no excuses. So now is the time to really be on that journey of self-discovery, really be on that journey of speaking to your higher self and finding out what your next steps are that are in alignment with your highest self. Because what else are you doing besides making videos, which is a good thing, stay busy. But besides making videos for the gram, you're really not doing much unless you're working from home and stuff like that. Now is the perfect opportunity to really find yourself. Okay, so sit down, journal, meditate, talk to your higher self, and really find out what it is that this means on a higher level for you personally. Okay. I'm also seeing a lot of people sharing their gifts, and I think it's beautiful. Kristen Siriano, who is a fashion designer, he volunteered, him and his team, to make more medical masks because there has been a shortage of medical masks. He used his gifts, talents, abilities, and skills to do something for his community. Then there's DJ D Nice of Howard University, right? He had a global dance party. He's been using his DJing skills to bring the community together, to have people party within their houses, to give them some hope, to give them some fun, things like that. He's sharing his gifts. There are doctors and nurses who are coming out of retirement to fly off to Italy or whatever place needs the most so that they can share their gifts. I'm a spiritual leader. I am on here sharing my gifts, trying to provide some clarity and spiritual guidance. What is your gift and how can you share it? There is a way. Trust me, if you're financially well off, donate to some place, okay? If you are very smart, think of some new policies, think of ways to help. Whatever, if you're an artist, send art to the elderly at their homes or at their centers to brighten up their day since they're not having many visitors these days. Whatever it is that is your gift, now is the time. Now is what we've been preparing for. Share your gifts, how you can share your gifts, okay? Just like going back to the time in Atlantis, for all those people who, and a lot of us have gone through Atlantis, there wasn't money in Atlantis, and now we know our economy is acting kind of crazy right now. Everybody would take their gifts and they would put it in the center of town, whether you're a furniture maker or, you know, an artist, whatever, and you would put your gifts in the center of town and you would take what you needed and you would leave behind something, an equal give and take. And no one was worried about lack. No one was up there taking everything because they didn't know when their next was coming. Everyone was coming from a place of abundance. It's the same thing. We're getting back to that. Give your gifts. I really see like a bartering system is going to be coming where people are going to start trading for things that they need. It's really just bringing us back to community. So try to see this from a bird's eye view. Try to see this from a higher perspective, okay? Let any fear and anxiety you may have be a catalyst for you to find and discover your true self, okay? See it as, I know that this is a stirring within me that's pointing me in a new direction. Go in that new direction, okay? This is the time for the mystics, for the healers, for the teachers, for the artists, for the witches, for the psychics, for the clairvoyants. It's our time. It's our time. It's go time, people. Step up and help your community. Use your magic. You know, we're doing magic on the spiritual plane. We're fighting battles on the spiritual plane. We have candles lit. We're giving offerings. We're praying. We're doing our part. Witches, get your rituals together, okay? Start your magic. Light your candles, okay? Get your crystals. Do what you do, okay? This is the time to do the magic on the spiritual plane, physical plane, mental plane, wherever it is that you fit in. Now is the time to step up, okay? Also, if you're still needing more comfort, I'm going to keep referring to the Serenity Prayer. Say it over and over until it just marinates and just marries with your heart. Also, Psalm 91. I'm teaching my kids Psalm 91. We have most of it memorized, and it says, "Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence." Pestilence means disease, people. So say this prayer. It's a lot more to it, but I just wanted to get to that part, the deadly pestilence. Just know that we are rising above it. This was prophesied in the Mayan prophecy. This was prophesied in the Bible. It's prophesied a lot of different places. We will get through this, okay? So today's reading is going to focus on how you can best utilize this time while we are at home to find yourself, to find your gifts, talents, skills, and abilities, and to find your purpose. What can you do here? Because I do see in that third eye of mine that a lot of people, when this thing passes over, and it will, you're gonna have been inside and you will have found your purpose. Many of you will have found how to make money off of your purpose, and you may not go back to this job, the job that is now shut down right now. You may decide to be an entrepreneur because you're like, I've been surviving these couple of weeks doing this, maybe I could do this full time. And even if you do go back to your job, I see a lot of people finding new side hustles or side businesses, really, to support themselves using their passion and their purpose. So the first question you really want to ask yourself, which is I ask all the time to my clients, is if money was not a thing, what would you do for free? What would wake you up and make you excited to go about your day and to help and to serve? What would that be? And whatever that is, that's the direction you need to be going, because that's how you find your purpose, okay? If they canceled money tomorrow, I'll still be here next Monday because this is what I want to do with my life. Like I'll still be reading up on spirituality and learning more about healing and learning more about my abilities, because this is what I want to do with my life. So if you can't say that, then now is the time to figure out what it is that you want to do with your life if money was not a thing. So we're going to find out today, Spirit, please show us where we should be focusing our efforts in order to find our true self so that we can align with our highest self and we can serve our communities and also be abundant from those things. Okay? Let's see. Please show us, Spirit. Alrighty then. We've been watching a lot of Jim Carrey movies in the house. What have you guys been doing to keep yourselves occupied? Put it in the comment section, please, so we could talk about it. I knew I was going to pull that card. Listen, my psychic abilities have been just increasing. I'm getting powerful. Okay, let's see. And can we clarify these cards, please? Give me some clarification. Give me some clarification on these cards. If your kids are starting to drive you crazy, let's do a tea with me session, okay? Hit me up. It's a 30-minute session. You know, it doesn't take up all day, but you can get some things off of your chest. You can vent, we can talk, we can chat. I have those sessions that I'm offering. You have some tea, I'll have some tea. We'll talk about it. We'll get some fears off your chest if you have some fears or anxiety. So that send me an email and we will hook it up, okay? So the first message that I'm getting right now is that writing is coming through very strong. The fact that you need to write down, first and foremost, a plan. This is my journal. It's almost out. I gotta get a new one. I love getting new journals though. But you see, I write in it just about every day. I just brain dump all of my ideas of my empire and how I plan to take over the world, you know. Some of you need to write down plans. The other day I wrote down my 3-year plan. Like I wrote it down. I didn't just think about it in my head. I actually wrote down my plan and how I plan to expand my ministry. Some of you need to do that. Some of you are more organized on paper. Maybe it's not writing. Maybe it's diagrams. Maybe circles with little lines on them. And this is this. But maybe it's a stair step diagram where you can write like the steps you plan on taking to go where you need to go. But I need pen to paper. I need you guys to take a pen and put it to paper. It's also telling me that some of you are actual writers, okay? You may be writing books, novels, poetry, songs. You may want, this may be a great time to start that blog you've always been talking about. This could be children's books is what I'm definitely hearing. Children's books coming up. Maybe books to ease children's fears during uncertain times. Things of that nature. Because some of you have the ability to heal, to teach, to write, and to entertain with your words. I have a friend, she's a writer. I hope she sees this because she knows who she is. She's a writer, she's a comedic writer, but she can also write, like she does sketch comedy, shows and things of that nature, entertainment. If you guys are interested in the entertainment, if you're into comedy, things of that nature, this is the time to write it down. It's also speaking about automatic writing. Maybe you have no clue what it is that you want to do. And this is the time to connect with your higher self or pick a guide. Now is a great time to pick a spirit guide. You don't have to get a whole team around you, but who is it that you resonate with, right? Is it the angels? Is it Archangel Michael or Uriel or Gabriel or Jophiel? Is it the Ascended Masters? Is it Hilarion? Is it Metatron? Is it Jesus? Is it Ganesha? Are they teachers? Muhammad? Is it Buddha? Is it Brigitte? Are the gods and goddesses? Is it Sekhmet? Is it Aset? Is it Asar? Is it Haru? Is it who? Who do you resonate with? Pick one guide, right? And you can definitely sit down with that guide. Put yourself in a nice meditative state, you know, take a couple deep breaths, and then just say, I'm looking for direction in my life. Where am I going? And write down anything that comes to mind. Try to write without ceasing, but also it could be anything. It could be like a key could come up. And you're like, what am I doing with keys, you know? And keys symbolize new opportunities and doors opening, so you may not understand it right away, but you may understand it later on in life. I also have an article on my blog, www.madebymetools.com. Go to the blog. There's an article on how to do automatic writing, so if you need a little extra guidance with that, definitely check out the article. I just want to make sure I don't set myself on fire, because I'll do that. Okay. So definitely check out that article if you need help. A lot of you may be doing writing because your kids are home and you're back in school and you're learning about things that you have forgot about years ago since grade school. So you're doing writing in that regard. But the clarifier for this is the sun card. So what I'm going to, oh, and I see food here. Some of you are writing cookbooks, and I know that the tribe has been on me. Y'all have been sliding in my DM, yelling at me about recipes and why we need the recipes, sis. Like one of the tribes is just clapping, the clap emoji. We need recipes. They've been yelling at me. Guys, I will get to it. I promise. I have some other things I need to handle first. But some of you are writing cookbooks, because I can see the food here. Or either you're a bartender or a mixologist and you're out of work. Now would be the time to add your own mix to a bar drink or bar drinks book, a drink book, I guess you would call it. Some of you, the point of the sun card is the positive card. And so this is saying that we need inspiration at this time. If you write creatively to inspire, if your words inspire, if your words lift people up, now is the time that we need you, okay? This could also be a social media thing where you could do small poems and put them as the captions underneath captivating pictures, because right now we really need inspiration. We have so much reality that's being stuffed down our throat. We have so much pessimism that's being stuffed down our throat. We need to counteract that. We need balance with positive. I followed 2 positive news sites on Instagram yesterday that only post positive news. We need more of that. So if that's you, and writing is also journalism. So if you've ever wanted to be a journalist or considered journalism, writing for a small paper or something like that, writing news, starting a newspaper that is only geared towards positive aspects of the news, now is the time, okay? So anyone who's ever had the inclination to write, that is definitely coming through. Your higher self is helping you with this writing. This is teachers. You can teach through your words. There's some homeschool moms. You may be homeschooling and you may be so inspired to write curriculums for homeschool. And you can sell your curriculums to other homeschooling moms or dads, but you can create curriculums and sell them. If you've ever thought about doing that, that's also coming through right now. So writing is a very big part of it, for the purpose of inspiration, not for the purpose of bringing, you should know the truth and no, we should inspire right now at this time. It's also telling you now would be a good time to be pen pals with somebody, especially people who are in prison. It'd be a great time to write them letters, to be safe about it, as far as like addresses and stuff like that. Be safe about it. But now is a great time to write to any inmates who may need you, or the elderly who may need you, to inspire them and lift their days. Or even a friend, we always send text messages. Let's try snail mail. Well, the mailman will pick up the letters from your house, right? So try snail mail. Maybe send a postcard. Maybe create and send a postcard. So writing is coming through, and some of you, that is your purpose. It's gonna lead you down a deeper path of being a writer. So go ahead and jump off that springboard. The next message that we have here is sensitivity. You need a man with sensitivity. A man like me. I don't know what that has to do with anything. Maybe you were just listening to that song. I don't know where that song, obviously the title, but sensitivity is coming through. It's telling you that you are becoming more sensitive and you need to make changes accordingly. This is not necessarily about purpose, but I'm definitely hearing a message in my ear right now about food, and I'm looking at this toy food basket that I bought for my son's project, right? Some of you are becoming sensitive to things that you were never sensitive to before. You're 35 years old and now all of a sudden you can't eat peanuts out of nowhere. You're 40 and all of a sudden shellfish is making you break out, right? It's also speaking about you may be cleaning your house, because we're all disinfecting extra heavily these days, although we should be doing this normally. And you're finding that the bleach is breaking you out. These harsh chemicals, you may be in here making, your own cleaners. You want to definitely get something that's cleaning the germs, right? But then like on top of that, you may be learning how to clean with like vinegar and lemon juice and essential oils and baking soda and things like that, because you're finding out that the chemicals you're using are very harsh. If you are a hospital worker, you may be finding out that the industrial stuff that they're using now is very harsh to your lungs or your skin. But I'm really hearing food sensitivities right now. Your stomach is pointing me to digestion. Some of you are discovering, especially because you're inside, just eating all your snacks, all your quarantine snacks, you're finding out that you have digestive issues is what I'm hearing. You may think or find out you have irritable bowel syndrome or Crohn's disease, or you need to switch to an anti-inflammatory diet. You're finding out how sleeping is affecting your stomach. You're finding out, yesterday I was studying Ayurveda, I think I'm saying that right, Ayurveda, and I was they talk about your different doshas, and I found out that I'm a Vata dosha, and today I like fell down the hole. It was really late at night, but I was like, tomorrow I'm going to research the shit out of Ayurveda, and so today I'm going to be researching that because it was very true of me, and I also have a sensitive stomach. Sensitive stomachs are a telltale sign of empaths or HSPs, highly sensitive persons. You're finding out your gifts, and you're finding out that you're changing with the world. That's another thing. If you are an empath, you may have physical symptoms of the global crisis, right? You may feel certain things in your body, just tension, headaches, stomach aches, because of what the world is going through right now. And we process this through our beings, and you're like, why do I feel like shit right now? That's because a lot of people in the world are feeling very yuck right now, and you're also feeling that through your being. So just know, if you're going through, especially like insomnia, if you're having chills, headaches, sweats, muscle aches, body aches, notice where they are, research that, and see, because your emotions and other people's emotions are affecting your body right now. It's also talking about the need to protect your energy if you're locked inside the house with your family, especially if you don't usually get along with your family. Now is the time to break out that black tourmaline. Now is the time to break out the obsidian, the onyx, right? Now is the time to use where is my selenite wand? Where is it? Here it is. Now is the time to use selenite wands to clear your auras, because you can't escape your mama or your dad or your kids driving you crazy, or you live with your uncle or your or abuela or somebody is driving you crazy, and you need to just like keep yourself cleansed and clear. That's because you're up under energy that you're usually trying to escape. I'm hearing for some it's definitely mother energy, or it's your wife. I'm just the messenger. I'm just the messenger. You're like, geez, gotta deal with this girl all day now. You know, like this kind of a thing. But there's a lot of sensitivities that is going on, but this is a good thing. Please trust that everything that I help people with now, I've gone through. So I'm a little prepared for what's going on, because I've dealt with isolation on my spiritual path. A lot of people on the spiritual path, we know what spiritual isolation is. So now everyone is panicking, and we're like, we do this. This is what we do, you know? I've dealt with the stomach issues. I can talk about the stomach issues. I've dealt with the spiritual awakening. I can talk about the spiritual awakening. I've dealt with anxiety. I've dealt with depression. I've dealt with all of it. The healer's gift is their wound. Whatever it is that is affecting you is meant for you to self-heal. Not that you shouldn't take the advice of doctors or natural healers or whomever, right? But it's your job to self-heal so that you can turn around and reach back and help somebody else. I call myself a way shower because I was tasked a couple years ago to start this spiritual journey that I see a lot of people waking up to today. And it was almost like going through an obstacle course of death. And God was like, go first. Who wants to go first? You. And I was like, me. And I had to go first. And I went through the obstacle course. I fell off a couple times. I failed a couple times. I got back up. But now I know the course. And now I can turn around and be like, okay, guys, this is what you got to do. You got to duck here. You got to jump over here. You got to swing across this pit. You got to do this over here. I can show people the way, okay? You guys are being tasked, whatever it is, to heal yourself so that you can then reach back and help somebody up in the way that you needed help when you were going through that certain thing, okay? Everything has a purpose. Everything has a purpose, even your faults, even your pains, even your wounds. So if you can see it as that, it'll help you to be more enlightened, okay? Some of you are learning right now at this time, how to speak more bluntly. That throat chakra is opening up. I've been telling people to work on it, and I see it. Like, people have had enough. And I see that in this period of isolation, some of you are going to have no other choice but to speak up. Stop following me. Stop calling me. Stop doing that. Why are you in my space? I need my space, okay? I'm always nice about it, but I'm telling you now, like, give me 10 feet in 10 minutes. Like, I need you to just back up. And some of you are now learning to ask for what it is that you need, to say it like it is. Now is a time of organization, being organized, using your calendar. Don't follow. Try to keep a schedule. Try to keep a routine, because, you know, take a couple days to rest and things like that. But if, you know, when you're inside, the days start to meld all into one, and you're going to wake up one day and be like, what day is it and what time is it, you know? It's a good idea to keep a daily routine. Some of you thrive better with daily routines. Try to wake up and go to sleep at the same time, even if you don't have to go to your job. Try to do that. Try to eat, especially you guys with sensitive stomachs. Try to eat at the same time every day. Keep a routine is what I'm being told to tell you. There's a lot of teachers. Thank you to the teachers who are doing their work to help the students to learn at school. Make sure y'all are staying organized as best as possible. But yeah, that's the message that I have basically with sensitivities. And let me just make sure. Some of you are consultants. Some of you are about to learn, like I said, your entrepreneurship skills. Some of you are consultants. Some of you have done things for years on end, and now you're realizing you're going to start teaching other people. You've been a tarot reader, you're going to start teaching tarot. You've been an artist and you love your art, but you're going to start teaching art. Something that you've done, you're going to consult on it. A lot of you spiritual healers, it's our time, baby! A lot of people are about to come to you like, okay, remember when I had said you were crazy? Well, what am I supposed to do with my life? Can you read your runes for me? Can you pick up your pendulums for me? Can you please do a meditation for me? Be gracious. Don't be, whoa, I told you, don't do that. That's not what we're here for. Be gracious. When the people come to you, help them. Just help them. Don't rub anything in their face. Just help them. This is your time to consult. A lot of people are going to be consulting the oracles, the mystics, okay? Give help. This is the time to share your gifts, okay? Then we have another group of people who I see are going to be involved in things involving nature and eco-friendly initiatives. Cutting back on plastics, using reusable straws. I also see a lot of herbalists being born, a lot of witches and herbalists being born. Your kitchen witches, step up, right? A lot of you are going to start making videos on YouTube, like I told you, the cookbook, right? But a lot of you are going to be learning how to use your kitchen to make you money, whether this is organizing people's cabinets, because we talked about organization, whether this is cooking for people, at-home meals, at-home delivery, because we're not going to restaurants and stuff. If you can cook, you can make some money. Step it up, okay? Find the time to do this now. Catering, at-home meals, things of this nature. Those people are stepping up. I see people making their own spice blends, their own marinades, their own sauces, things like this. Now's your time. I also see people who are going to become event planners and who are going to be celebrants, people who are going to start doing ministry. But I see wedding planners. A lot of people's weddings have been canceled due to what's going on, and you're trying to figure out how to go behind the scenes to help people who have gone through that, or to change, do smaller ceremonies that are safer. There's something about event planning that's coming up. I also see those of you who are interested in aromatherapy, becoming aromatherapists. Now is your time. Healing, if anybody is going through any kind of chest issues, I do a steam for my daughter with dried eucalyptus. You can order dried eucalyptus. I get it from my local health food store, and you boil it and then you take it off the pot. You make sure be very careful with children. Like, literally, if this is for your child, stand next to your child. You do not want them to spill hot water on themselves, okay? Like, I was literally like a hawk over my daughter. I was like, can you breathe? You good? Is it too hot? Can you take a breath? Sit up. Okay, no, okay, right? Like, I was literally like over her to make sure because I was so afraid. So you need to be, be careful. And even as an adult, be careful. So you take the eucalyptus and you boil it and you take it off and you take a towel over your head and you breathe it in. This is good even if you're not sick. It's good for you to clear out your lungs, okay? Mullein is another herb that is used for lung health. If anybody's, because I'm hearing lungs, if anybody's going through some lung things, mullein is spelled Mullien, so look that up. But I'm seeing also, just make sure you're keeping your house decorated and bright because it can become very dull, Make sure you either making or pull out decorations that you may have, string lights. Take your fruit that you have and put it in a bowl and put it on your table. Bring some life into your house. If you have flowers, it's still early spring, but if you have any flowers growing in your backyard, take a couple and put it in a small vase. Put it in your kitchen. Brighten your day with florals, floral essences by yourself, or if you have your favorite perfume, just because you're in the house, get nice for yourself. Put on your favorite perfume. A lot of these, so we have the Emperor down here and the Queen of Swords. This is really about organization. Some of you guys, now is the time, so who can't do spring cleaning? Okay, I need to clean my fridge out. I was like, well, I definitely have time to do this. This is the time to spring clean. You want to make sure that if your home is stagnant and cluttered, your mind tends to be stagnant and cluttered. Now is the time to, what's in the garage? Clean out all those bins in the garage. Clean out all the stuff in the attic. There is no excuse. Like your home, do something to brighten up your home. It's also saying make sure that you're scheduling for the future. The world is not stopping, okay? Nick Fury said, well, until the world, this was in Avengers, until the world stops spinning, we're gonna go on as though it intends to keep spinning, right? So don't act like this is the end. Make plans for the summer, make plans for the spring, that late spring, okay? If they get canceled, they get canceled, but keep acting as though we're going out there because we're coming back, okay? So see her, she's still got stuff to do. She's also talking about telecommunication jobs, make sure that, you're doing your job properly because some of you will lose your job if you think I'm gonna just sit home and make excuses. Like some of you need to work on your job, but this is about planning. She has coffee next to her, which is telling you, making sure you're getting, don't drink coffee. I'm not a caffeine person. I don't advocate caffeine, Dunkin' Donuts line be lined up around, like people really can't function without caffeine. Maybe it's time for you to cut back on caffeine if you're one of those people, if you're like, don't talk to me until I have my morning coffee. Don't speak to me. Maybe it's time to start cutting back on the caffeine for those people. But she's getting shit done. She's not just in the house sitting around. She's getting things done. She's planning. So when those doors do reopen, you can go out running. You can hit the ground running. But this is a lot about organization, guys. This is the number 4 card. It's about building a foundation for yourself. I'm so happy. I can't even tell. I have like a giddy feeling in my chest. There's a lot of entrepreneurs being born right now. There's a lot of people who are not going to go back to work after this is over. They're like, no, you know what? I made it this far by myself. I can make it. Start building your client list. Start building your email list, okay? Start looking up loans for small business loans whose interest rates have just dropped, okay? Now would be a great time to get that small business loan, okay? Make plans for the future as though the world is gonna keep spinning. I also see the pot back there. Lots of kitchen stuff going on. Lots of kitchen, which is cooks, caterers, things like that. Get it done, okay? Get it done. This calendar is on October 31st, which is witchcraft. Go ahead and get your craft. Work your craft. And then I have the message that, this is beautiful. I'm gonna show you the card. I knew this card was going to come up too. Okay, we're going to do both of these cards because it came up. Heart's Desire card, right? This is saying the angels are supporting, guiding, and protecting you as you turn your dreams into a reality. Now is the time. What do you want to do? Didn't I say that? When you wake up, what makes your heart stir? I woke up and I'm like, I'm going to study Ayurveda. I am a healer. You understand? That makes me happy. Like all this stuff up here, you thought I bought it just for fun? Like this is what I do, okay? It makes me happy. What makes you happy? Follow your heart, okay? Don't be too logical. I love collecting seashells, but I don't know how to make money doing that. Don't worry about money right now. You'll figure it out later. You're going to make crowns with the seashells. You're going to make jewelry with the seashells. Money will come later. Talk about what makes your heart stir. Is it comic books? Is it children? I want to wake up and spend all my time with puppies. Is it puppies? What is it that makes your heart stir, okay? And then combine your talents with that, and you're going to find a new path for yourself. See, she's walking down a new path. Also notice that her feet are in the water, means she's cleansing what she's walking from, right? She's cleansing herself of her old way of thinking, and then she has the wings so she can fly towards her new way of thinking, all right? Get excited. What gets you excited? And that's the direction you need to go. Then this other card I definitely saw in my third eye before, the artist card. You guys are artists, okay? It's also speaking to your wonderful superpower of creativity, okay? People are gonna get real creative. If you look at the videos on IG right now, people are doing some real interesting things in their house right now. People are gonna get very creative about how to make money and how to entertain themselves and how to connect with their community and how to move forward. Get creative. It's also speaking about, this is a great way to pass the time. Y'all know I love my arts and crafts. I've been crocheting. I was talking to my friend the other day. She made a new plaque for her kitchen that said eat. She was painting and gluing and putting things together, and she said it just felt so good, okay? I have 1,000 things. There's paper. You can cut up paper. You can learn origami, okay? You can learn how to be those makeup looks you've been looking at, you know, online. You can learn how to do those right now. But now it's telling you that you need to engage in artistic activities because it's beneficial to your career and every other area of your life, okay? So let those creative juices flow, because some of you are going to be like, no, I'm going to be an artist full time. Like, that's what I'm going to do. Can't nobody stop me. I'm about to do this art thing. Also, what I love is the card that we're ending on is, oh, look, see, weddings. I told you, wedding planners coming out. I'm sorry, I keep saying, Spirit told me to keep going. Relaxation, candles. Some of you are going to be creative because you're going to come up with ways to self-care in the house. Self-care plans is what I'm hearing, packages. Either you're a candle maker, either you make baths, you know, for people to, or what is it, bath bombs for people, or either you're gonna make a schedule for people, like just like you would make a meal plan or a workout plan, a self-care plan is what I'm hearing. If you've ever thought about developing something like that, go for it, right? But this is the last card that we're ending on. This is the Six of Swords. If you look, I don't know if it's focused, can you see? She is coming out of, I love this card. This is exactly what we need to end on, guys. She is coming out of a dark period. See that? It looks scary where she's coming from. There's drains and sewage and just dark clouds, right? And where is she running to? She's running to this much brighter place, this happier place. Because why? Because she's following hope. Because she's following the fairy of hope and optimism, right? And the fairy's like, come on here, girl, follow me, right? We will get through this. I'm getting emotional. We will get through this. And when we do, we're being rebirthed to an even better time, okay? This is labor pain, so you may not be able to see it. Those who are enlightened, those who have already started to transition to the 5D, you see it. And that's why you have a very deep sense of calm and peace within you. You're unshakable right now because you knew this was going to happen. For those people who didn't know, it's like, what is going on, right? But please know that I've already seen communities starting to come together more. Us really giving a damn about our brothers and sisters, okay? Us thinking about what's really important to us. The Hopi prophecy speaks about a spiritual war with material gains. We're talking about materials versus what's really important, right? Going out and shopping versus taking care of our elderly community, taking care of our children, okay? This is a moment where the earth is being infused with a higher frequency of spiritual consciousness right now. Everyone feels it, whether you know that this is what you feel or you're not. We're being beamed down, like the beam is coming down. When we come out of this, we're going to still take what we've learned. People are not going to just throw away what we've learned in this period of isolation, okay? We're going to take what we learned and we're going to make this world a better place. We're going to operate from a level of higher consciousness and things are going to be better. It was bad. Like, we weren't caring about the earth. We did see laws passed about the plastic bags, so we're lessening the plastic bags. There are people who are taking initiatives to clear the oceans, but things were not good. And Mother Earth, this is her way of putting everybody inside the house. was like, sit down so I can reboot myself because y'all were not treating me nicely. Okay, now is the time to be more conscious about recycling and being more conscious about the air is clearing, like pollution is clearing, the water is getting cleaner, crime rates are dropping, right? And after this comes and all is said and done, we're moving to a better place. So, you know, just hold on, be optimistic, follow the angel of hope. Don't go back this way. There's nothing good back this way, okay? Pessimism is back this way. Go this way, go to the future, towards the number 6, which stands for love, balance, and harmony. And that's exactly what we're going towards, okay? So these are the messages I have. I'm so happy that that's the card that we ended on. If you need personal guidance or if you need a little tea break, hit me up. Again, please just hit that subscribe button for me. I would really appreciate it. Send this message to somebody who you think might need it, because I think it could be very useful to a lot of people out there. And I thank you guys so very much for taking the time to listen to my messages every week. If you would like to donate to my channel, the Cash App and PayPal information are also in the description box. And I thank everybody who sends me love that way. I really do appreciate it. So I will talk to you guys next Monday, okay? I love you guys. Peace.